Alrighty then. I should be all set here. All right. More or less, I should be on. If you guys can hear me, let me know. I should be all set here. Let me check one more time, because sometimes I don't have my audio on right. As the title suggests, I'm going to work on depth and shading. I'm going to do some kind of hibiscus again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to take a thin black marker so you guys can actually see what it is I'm doing. Okay. I'll lightly sketch it in here. It gives me some kind of guide to where I'm at here. When I put the actual paint on, it'll let me know where things are. I'll be painting over this, so you're not going to really see too much of that thin black line, but you know. Oh, let's go out with this one. Let's change it a little bit. Some one there. I'm going to paint over this. This is a permanent marker, so it shouldn't really, smear too much. All right, I'll move the camera over a little bit. Here you see more of the flower. All right, because I know that this guy's in the way a little bit. Okay. Well, we're going to get right on to it. Light pencil marks or anything of that nature, it's going to be covered over anyway. And this is pretty much, once again, me talking about shading and all of that. But right now, we're going to cover the background, which is, sorry about that, which is why you only see 3 colors here. It'd be a simple background type of thing. Now, I want the background to dry, so I'm not going to put any glycerin on this. I'll just use water. Okay, in my almost 2-inch wide flat brush I have here. Okay. All right. Okay, hey Madonna, I see you. So we're just, once again, we're gonna do it's working on shading and whatnot, how to make a leaf look like it's above another leaf. Okay, or a petal above another petal. These are leaves, these are petals. Put some shading in here to give the impression that these guys are actually below the flower. All right, once again, I'm just going to use water to wet the canvas. Now when I use water instead of vegetable glycerin, you're gonna have to work a little briskly. Okay, yeah, it is gonna bleed. This is not permanent marker, but it's okay. As you can see, it's starting to spider up a little bit, but that's fine. It's okay. Don't panic. I'm not. All right, and I'll just take the water and I'll just kind of whisk it around like that. Like I say, I'm not too worried about it staining or whatever, because it's going to be covered anyway. But as you can see, the general shape of the flower is there. Hashtag don't panic. Let's take a little bit of blue. And this is blue like inside of a, this is the craft paint blue. Okay. And that's all it is. I'll just kind of paint it willy-nilly like this. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Have no fear. Just have a little fun. I'll kind of make it a little darker. Now, painting with water, as you can see, the paint's starting to spread out a little bit. It's going to blend into each other. I'm going to take some of this weak green I have, and we're going to mix that in there too. And we're mix it in with the blue a little bit. We just kind of rub it in there. It's all right, like that. Take some more of this green. This is a very weak green, real sorry green. Well, we'll kind of do some stuff like this. All right, that should be somewhat good enough. No big deal. All right. We're going to blend all that together while it's still somewhat wet, okay? I'll blend it enough to where it will, more or less, you'll still see the flour, hopefully, more or less. But we'll see. I'll just take my little mop brush and we'll just do little circle things like I usually do. But I'll probably use my Hake brush to smooth all of this around. And like I said, this paint is relatively wet, or obviously wet. And I'll bring some of that down there and we'll play around with this. So hopefully the flour will still show through this mess, but we'll see. It's gonna gray it out and stuff. Yuck. Once again, you gotta work a little briskly because certain paints will stain when you use water. All right, I'm gonna use a 3-inch wide Hake brush, really soft hairs and everything, and we're gonna get the stroke marks out of that. Okay, I'm gonna try not to press too hard. Now hopefully I'll see the flour in here, and if I don't, it's all right. Like I say, it's a very light brush. I'm not really moving the paint too much. It's just to get the brush strokes out of there. And if I do not see the flour when it dries, it's okay. I'll just redraw it. It's nothing really serious. I really didn't want to use a really thick marker for the flour. Like I say, if I don't see it and it looks like I see shades of it, but if I don't see it, it's okay. I'll just redraw it. It's just freehand. It's a hibiscus. It's relatively simple. It's okay. I'll go lightly left and right. Now this stuff will dry because it's only water. All right, so it kind of looks like a weird overcast day so far. I'm gonna rinse off now with a Hake brush, you have to rinse it. You have to clean it quickly. Okay, you don't want this to you don't want the paint to dry on it. What I'm trying to say. Okay. All right, so my flour has disappeared, and it's okay. We'll just paint it again. All right. Now I don't know if anybody's saying hello to me. I have to take my live chat out and then come back again. Yep, there they are. Okay, actually I didn't see you guys on here. I had to take my chat out, come back, and then everybody's saying hello. Hello, Maria, Madonna, RV, Bill. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, it does feel like a chinchilla. But no chinchillas were harmed in the making of that brush, I assure you. Okay, I have to paint put the flour back in, and that's fine. Let's take a thin brush. We'll just sketch it in real quick. No harm, no foul. So we'll just take some blue. Don't know if the flour will actually be blue, but we'll take blue. Oh, we'll kind of sketch this circle in here like that. And we'll just do the petals all over again. No big deal. All right, there's one there. Something like that. That's petal number 2. There's usually 5 of them. Oh, we'll kind of pop one here. Come out there like that. It doesn't matter at this point. We have one kind of do one of those numbers. 1, 2, 3. What is it? That's what? That's already 4 of them. We'll kind of have one come out here like this, kind of meet like in there like that. All right, that's it. That's all I need. I did have a leaf right around in here. Let's sketch it out real fast. No big deal. I had one. I think I had one here. So we'll just pop a little leaf there in there. Well, I think I had one up in this area. Let's kind of put them in here like this. Curve curve them like that, and we'll just put them in there like that. All right, and we'll kind of put the, all right, that's it. Okay. Once again, the primary thing about this guy is really to show you guys shading and depth in the painting. All right, and we'll put that right here, and I'll pick and choose which petal should come above the other ones. I already see it right now. I see that this one will be above probably that one, and this one will be below. So if I mark it right, all right, this one will be above, this one will be below, this is probably going to be below. Why not? This one will be above, and this one will be below. All right, this one will overlap that one, this one will overlap both. All right, you got to kind of think these out beforehand. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or whatnot, you know, feel free. If I look at it and I spot it, I'll answer it. What I am going to do is I'll start with the leaves first. Okay, all right. Oh, let's take some, yeah, we'll take some Hooker's green. We'll take the Hooker's green. You guys can see the other green, so we'll put the Hooker's green right here. I'll just mix those two together. I might need a little darkness in these leaves, so I'll use a little bit of red. We'll put the red right here. Okay, it's cad red and sap green, Hooker's green. I got a 3/4 inch brush. I'm gonna pop off the 1/2 inch flat brush for these guys. I don't use too many brushes when it comes to florals. I pretty much kind of stick to the same brushes. I'm looking for my other brush. I don't see it here, so I'm mostly either put it away or put it somewhere I shouldn't have. And I'm thinking I put it somewhere I shouldn't have. Yeah, I did. That's okay. We'll improvise because I don't see it anywhere near me. We'll improvise. Okay, let's work with the petals. I'll just mix this stuff together. It's okay. And I'll probably use a little bit of red to deepen it, which is the opposite color of green. Okay, so it'll just deepen the green that I'm mixing. All right. Okay, so we'll start right in here. And once again, it's just me blocking this stuff in like this. Okay, just something like that. Just block it in. I didn't use any glycerin or anything. It's just the paint right from the tube because it's pretty thin, so it's okay. Come here. We'll just kind of pop it in there like this. Something like that. Let's take a little bit of red, make it a little darker. Now the reason why I'm adding this is because I got to cover up that blue. So I'm just using the thick paint itself. No glycerin yet. Okay, just plenty of paint. Now if I'm running into a little issue with it because this board is dry, there's no glycerin on this. Okay, so if I do run into an issue, then I'll use a little bit of glycerin. All right, and here we go. We'll start right here. I can paint over certain leaves and stuff. It will press, pull, and release like this. You don't necessarily have to have them super sharp edges if you don't want to. Okay, you add little frills to them if you desire. All right. I'm I'm only using certain colors because a small color palette helps you memorize what I've actually used. Okay, we'll go up here and we'll kind of curve and play. Curve and play. Okay. I don't have to go directly in the center. It kind of adds to the tone of said leaf. Okay, those little striations in there. All right. Now, if you don't want the striations, you don't have to paint them that way. It's really up to you. You know, it's your world or your leaf. Now, for a leaf that's partially covered like this, okay, you know, the leaf is gonna probably come in there like that. Okay, somewhere in there. So you put the dot right there, or the imaginary dot, and you go in that direction. Just follow where that dot is. Okay. Now I'm used to doing this, so I know I'm up here to make it look kind of easy, but I've been doing it for a little while. But it's just practice. That's all. And this is a 3/4 inch brush, so the leaves are a little thick, and it's okay. Something like that. I'll move it over a little bit there. You guys can see the whole thing. Let's tap the camera. We'll focus it a little stronger for you. All right. Okay. I can continue to use this brush since it is a broad brush, but I'm gonna use the 1/2 inch for the highlighting and the shading. Well, let me use this brush for the shading first, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, because our leaves are coming over this brush. Our petals are coming over those leaves. All right, I'm gonna take a makeup brush. I have another one that's a little bigger than this, but we'll work with it. I'm going to take a little bit of red. We'll put it right here. A little bit of blue. It's gonna make a violet color. Something like that. All right. If I don't want it too violet, I add a little green to it. It'll brown it up. I'll use the darker green, and we'll just kind of make a shadow color of some sort. Okay. A little bit of the opposite color, which will be red. Mix it right in there. Okay. That don't seem too bad. I'll put a little blue in there, blue it up a little bit. Okay, so it turns weird gray. I'll take a little Mr. Wispy brush here. Okay, we'll just kind of tap it in there. I don't like this brush. Not this one. I need a bigger brush. This one's moving the paint a little too much. There it is. I see it. I got you. Need a bigger brush. Okay, and I can just move this stuff around a little bit. And it's just me moving the shadows around. I might need them a little darker than that. Yeah, I definitely need them darker than this. This is too weak a color. I can tell right off the bat. The color's too weak. So I need to pump this color up a little bit. But we'll see. I'll just look at it here and see what we got. And I can brush it in the direction of the leaves. It's all right. I think I need it a little darker. That's just not dark enough for me. I need stronger contrast, and that contrast isn't too strong. So I'm gonna take a little bit of black, and you only need a little bit. And black is just going to add contrast to what I already have. It's just gonna deepen it. This is a heavy body black. I don't need too much of it, just a little bit. It's gonna darken what I already have, so I don't want it to overpower it. Okay. Certain colors are in relation to each other. See, it didn't turn it black, but it just turned it a dirty gray. All right, so once again, it just offers more contrast. And we'll come down here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We'll come here and we'll make it, see that? Now that I can work with, you see. All right, so it's more of a contrast. And as you can see, with that thicker paint, I can softly blend a little bit better. Okay. So don't be fearful about making colors a little dark. You might get a little worried that, you know, you might mess it up or something. Don't do that to yourself. You're not gonna mess it up. You gotta be a little fearless, a little free. Okay. And it will all come together. It'll make sense after a second or two. And once again, it's just adding a little shading to where the petals are. Okay, you're just adding a little contrast. All right. Okay. Let's go to the last one here. Here, a little darker. You can even do it this way if you want. It's okay. Pop it in there like that. Take your very soft brush and go in the direction either outward or inward. All right, whatever you prefer. But keep in mind the direction of your previous strokes. Okay. Once again, just adding a little contrast. I got a big beach towel on my lap. I just wipe off the excess paint from the makeup brush. All right. Now I want to use a 1/2 inch brush. This is a 3/4 here. All right. This is a long handled or long haired 1/2 inch. You can see the difference there. All right. Okie dokie then. So let's do a light and a dark side. All right. Okay. We'll go back into. Now this is soft white. I'm not a great big fan of soft white, but we'll, all intents and purposes, we'll use it today. Let's go with this really ugly green here. A little bit of soft white. I'm not a big fan of soft white, but I'll use it since I have it. Okay, so we'll lighten up. We'll pull this brush toward me. I'm not using any glycerin because, once again, this paint is kind of liquidy and thin. This is like craft paint. Okay. We'll have the we'll have the highlights come from up here, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna press. Okay. Press. You're gonna pull, and you're gonna release. Press, pull. I'm gonna add a little curve to it. It's all right. Okay. Like I say, you can add the striations. You can keep them there, or move them, or blend them out. Up to you. Now, what I'm doing in this way, and I'm doing it with water, it will tend to dry rather quickly. All right, so you got, once again, just be brisk. Now I'm just pressing, I'll pull, and like a paper or like an airplane landing or taking off, very smooth to get the striations going. Okay, and since I am using water, let's go back up here. Let's say you don't want the striations to be too heavy. All right, you can always lightly, very lightly, just kind of fade them out of there. Okay, you can go in this direction or the other direction. It all depends on how far you want them to go in, how much of them you want them blended, how much of the striations you want. It's really up to you. Okay, really up to you how far you want this stuff to go in. I'll play around with this a little bit too. We're just, like I say, we're just messing around, but I'm going to show you once again darkness and light and how it helps. Okay, more of the soft white and this really sorry green. You can pretty much make whatever. Since I got it going on the top, I'll do it here too. Right here on this side, I'll just press, pull, and release. Press, pull, release. I'm going a little bit further than the outer edge of the darkened leaves. Okay, and like I say, if you don't want the striations to be there too strong, you can always kind of, see, you can draw it back or you can pull it in. All right, however you feel. Once again, this stuff is going to dry rather quickly because I'm not using any glycerin. All right, let's go into cause I'm still playing around here with color, so let's go into our darker green. We'll put it here. I'll just pull toward me here. Use a little bit of soft white. We'll brighten up that darker green. You can see the color shift. You see by using this green, even with the soft white, it brightens it a little bit, just like so. Okay. All right, now I can play around some more. Okay. Now it looks like I'm just coloring over that yellowish looking color I got going on, but it's going to dry and it's still picking up what's going on underneath that, so it just looks like layers of color happening there. Okay. Yep, it's only water, just water, because the paint's kind of thin. I'm painting like essentially with craft paint. That's all. That's all I'm doing. And once again, if I don't want those heavy striations, I don't have to have them in there. Okay. All depends on what you're looking for. All right. I'm going to take some of this terrible craft paint, or this soft white. Once again, I'm not a big fan of soft white, but I'll use it for today. So I want direct highlights. I don't necessarily have to have them here, but I will put it right about there. Okay, I can probably bring a couple of these inward a little bit further, like that, and then I'll come here to its edge, press, and just flick really quickly. All right, you can bring the highlight in as far as you feel you need. Like this one, you can have it come in like so. Okay, and then I can angle my brush, give it a little point if I wanted to. Soft white is a blending white, so the more you do it, the more it's going to blend in there. All right, like that. It's not an overpowering white. All right, blending white. It is a good mixing white. Technically, that shine should be over here, really, to be honest with you. I got it going in the opposite direction. So let's correct that. Let's bring it here. We'll bring the shine over here in this direction. I'm pressing pretty good, and I'm just lifting right up. The shine will be here instead. So you can change in mid-stroke, literally. Okay. Don't worry about that. We'll make that disappear, because you need a shadow side, obviously. So we can just take this and we'll just blend that out. It's all right. No big deal. We'll blend that out. Put it right in, blend it out. All right. No fuss, no muss. You're going to be okay. Let's take the same blue. We'll put this blue over here in this little grayish area right in here. Take a little dab of black in there. It's going to gray it up. Blue and green are closely related. You're good. You're all right. I'm going to take a little bit of water. I'll loosen up the paint with just a little water. No glycerin. We'll just use water today because I'm lazy. Okay. Let's go over here to the shadow side. We're going to kind of press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Now, in using water, you're going to find yourself going back to the, let's put that in a little bit more. Let's drag that in there like that. And you can really mess around with this part if you need to. Okay. And I can take my brush, my little softy brush, and we'll blend that in. And you can get all sorts of interesting tones and variations going on with this fellow. Okay. Let's get some more blue. Little dab of black. Very little dab of black. Cause you want that grayish blue quality. Little touch of water, loosen it up a little bit. And because I'm using water, this paint will dry really quickly. Okay, and you can go over it again till you get what you're looking for. I didn't want the streaks to be really prominent. Not really. All right. So that's one down. Number two. We're gonna need some more. That I can see. So I'm just mixing up a nice load of this color. All right. Get a little bit of water. Mix it in there. Real quick. Pull the brush to me. You need a brush that can keep a nice hard edge. Okay. Pull, press, release. Pull, or press, pull, release. Like so. Now you need a strong contrast. This offers a beautiful contrast. I like the contrast here, so we're gonna use this for the contrast. I like the way it looks. And once again, we just kind of pat and play around with it. Go in this direction. Okay. This will make sense as we put the petals in. All right, so it might look a little crazy. It might look like I don't know what I'm doing yet, but trust me, you'll like the results. I've done this enough to where I kind of know what it's going to look like when it's finished. But you look at the contrast between the two already. Okay. All right, it gives a sense almost of realism, because once again, the darkness is actually related to this color. You follow me? Okay. Remember, we switched sides over here. All right, so we switched teams. This is actually the dark side right in here. I can angle my brush, give it a little point if I wanted to. It's all right. Just like so. Okay. And I can smooth that out. Very light. Okay. All right. We'll come in here, we'll put some dark up in there, play around with some of that up in there, in here, in the lit area. And you bring it out towards those strokes. Okay, and you go in the opposite direction for the other half of the leaf. You're not really getting rid of all that green in there. Okay. Once again, you have to be a little free, a little fearless doing things like this. Okay. All right, we'll put these two brushes away. We won't need this right now. Let's put the veins in and we'll have a little fun. We're gonna go back into this green, a little bit of this soft mixing white, plenty of it. Really brighten it up here. Just put it right in there like that. Get some water. Get an inky consistency. All right. All right. Now this is a script liner brush. Obviously, it's not going to take too much water, you know, for this, but you know. All right. Don't use. I'll put my hand this way. You guys can understand it. Don't do it this way. It's a thick line. Try to do it direct, up and down, if you can. All right. And you just kind of pop that thin line in there like this. Okay, doesn't necessarily have to connect. You can have a little gap missing there. It's all right. Let's do it all this way. We'll do it all in one. Okay. And we'll come here for this guy. We'll just kind of pop him in there, something like so. I might need it a little stronger in here. That's okay. That'd be fine. If you find that, well, once again, this is mixing white. This is not titanium white. Titanium white's extremely opaque. Titanium white will cover death. Very strong. I'm using mixing white. And mixing white is really doing its job. All right, it's more of a blending thing. Okay. All right, let's come out here and we'll start adding those little cute little veins. Just like this. Okay. I'm twirling my brush around as I do this. And I'm going more direct. I Lost my train of thought. That's why I stopped mid-sentence. Let's just call it age. Hope all you mothers had a very beautiful Mother's Day. And all of that stuff that goes with it. Alright, something like so. Now, as you can see, okay, things start to look a little bit better. Okay, it looks a little more natural. Okay, but it's just all of these shades and tones that's working in here with this. I'll hit the focus again. With this camera, the more layers of whatever you put on it, sometimes the camera, this particular camera, it senses the shift, but since I have it on manual, it does not adjust by itself. I have to do the adjusting. When I have it on automatic adjust, the camera just fades in and out and it just looks distracting and crazy. That's why I take it off. With each camera, you know, they have certain specific settings and all of that stuff. Okay, but it's pretty much like that. All right, once again, it's all those tones and tints that's going on with it that really makes it pop out and look like that. All right. All right. I think we're all fairly old or getting up there. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I must have my... Now this used to be a very beautiful cup, but as you see, being in the truck, my animal nails go through it. I just destroy these things. Okay, we're gonna do something fun with this because the background to me is cool, but it's a little bit on the light side, you know, but we'll do something with it. Once again, we'll do some lost and found things with this as we go on. But right now, we'll concentrate on. Now, remember, you have to think of things beforehand. So it's dark like this for a reason. Okay, all right. Does the veining of the leaf change based on the shape and bend of the leaf? Yeah. You can design your veins of the leaf any way you want, really. I mean, I could have taken my time and did like super exaggerated curves and things like that with it. All right, but it's still, everything's still going in that direction, aiming, you know, pretty much toward a center area. Okay, even the veins of the leaves, they're not going straight across. This leaf isn't shaped straight across. All right, they're more at like a kite angle. Okay, so I paint them in that type of direction, that kite angle. All right, so I hope I explained it. Okay, Madonna, who is it? Madonna, Maria, Fatima. I know it's only 4 years, Bill in there. Okay, give me a color. I'll include you guys in there. You give me a color for this. See how fast you guys can type. And as you're choosing colors, I'll scrape some of this mess up and get rid of it. And what this is just, I can show you down here. It's just a razor blade. You know, it's a paint scraper. That's all it is. Okay. I'm just getting rid of the gook. The stuff I really don't need. It doesn't have to hang around. I'll clean it up here. You know what? I'm getting rid of this soft white because it just disturbs me. Hate it. I use it because I really want to get rid of it. It was my fault. When a man shops, he gets the color he thinks he's supposed to get, and then he moves on. And that's what I did, and I ended up buying mixing white instead of titanium white. So I spent that money on a paint that I can't stand to use. But hey, it happens. That's why I guess guys don't go shopping a lot. You're right, Madonna. I'll have to keep it hot. I see blue and I see purple. Dark blue and a purple. All right. You guys got a few more seconds. All right then. People are either very quiet or they're half asleep. Since I only see purple and dark blue, I guess I'll be fair. I'll just add dark blue here. What is this? This is cobalt blue. All right, so I'll use cobalt blue and I use dioxazine purple. So we'll just mix them together. Oh, we're almost done here with this. This thing's pretty much almost empty. All right. Let's bring back my favorite. Let's bring back some real white. Let's bring back some titanium white. We'll put the titanium white, we'll put it right here. I think it's in the camera shot, so we'll put it right there. Okay, I'll glue to the screen. All right. Once again, I'm just going to use water. I won't use glycerin. We're going to start to flesh out the flower here. Okay, this is where it gets to be a little fun. Okay, now I could use glycerin for this because of the strokes and the shading involved, but I won't do it. We'll just do it with water because many people who want to try these may not have vegetable glycerin. So I'll show you that it can be done with water. All right. We'll flush out the flower first, so I'll more or less do it. Let's do it this way because I have the B and the A here. Okay, we're going to do the B's first. Why am I doing the B's? B stand for below. Anything that's going to be covered over gets painted first. All right, you follow me? Okay, we're good here. All right. Okay, one wanted purple, one wanted blue. All right then, let's do it this way. As I'm thinking here, I have an idea. Okay, let's pull out cobalt for a minute. I have an idea. We'll do it this way. We'll pull out cobalt. I'm coating both sides here. All right. We'll use a little bit of water. We'll loosen it up a little bit. This paint is a little thicker. This is Grumbacher. Got the consistency of oil paint. Well, this one isn't Grumbacher. What is this thing? Yeah, well, one's Liquitex and one's Grumbacher. Okay. All right. I have an idea. For the flowers that are more or less going to be below, we'll do those first. Now, even though it says below, it's not necessarily below this leaf. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, is take this cobalt blue, all right, and we'll do it this way. And once again, I'm just blocking in color for right now, even on top of this leaf. Okay, just like that. I'm pressing and I'm just fading it in toward the center. There's a method to my madness to why I'm doing it this way. All right. So hopefully you guys are picking this up. Just a little touch of water to thin out this paint a little bit. Okay. All right. Below. I'll go here from the right going to the left. I'm gonna press, come on in, and when I get near that circle, you just kind of fade it out of there like that. All right. Press and just fade it. Now we're going above this leaf. Okay. It's all right. Go above the leaf, go right into that leaf. It's all right. You don't necessarily have to cover it. If you want to make it translucent, that's fine. Once again, there's a reason why I'm adding this blue first. Okay. All right. Something like that. this guy below. Get just a little bit of water, and I'm just dipping the tip of the brush into the water. I don't want it watery thin. I just want it thin enough where I can spread the paint around easy. This is a 3/4 inch brush. Okay, right here on the edges here, I'll just kind of curve it and have it come in like that. All right. Okay, this one has a kind of a little curve to it, and we'll play around with that curve. We'll keep the curve in there, and we'll angle it. Angle. We'll sharpen this one right in there like that. All right, that's not bad. But you see the direction. You see where it's headed at. It's headed here. It's still one of those all roads lead to Rome deals. Okay. All right. Okay, below, and below. Let's do something with this. We'll make it a little interesting. Let's take, here. We'll take the tip of the brush into the titanium white. We'll just put it right here in the corner, just like this. Lighten it up a little bit. I'm putting it here so you can see the difference in color there. See that? Okay. All right. We'll take that, and there's a curve to this, and where you want it represented, where the curve to be. Okay, I'll just do it this way. I'll just kind of tap it, and we'll tap upward, and we'll kind of come down like this, like that. Go downward like that. All right, now remember, I'm using water. I'm not using glycerin, so I'm gonna have to kind of work with the quickness here a little bit, and very lightly I'm gonna just kind of brush it just this way, just something like that. All right, okay, mix it in there, this titanium white, a little bit of blue, and we're gonna do this one the same way. We're gonna come here, and we're just gonna use the top, and we're just gonna kind of make a little curve here. And we're gonna come downward like that. All right, right where I would think the curve is gonna be, and we'll just very lightly left and right, just kind of put them little striations in there like this, just like that. Okay, I'm wiping off my brush. I don't want the blue to be gaudy. I don't want it to be too bright as of yet. Okay, do the same thing here. This one's pretty much straightforward. We'll start it. Yeah, we'll start it here. Why not? Come here. We're gonna curve. Go up toward the top. Come back down. Up toward the top again. Down. And we'll go down a little bit lower. Right about in there, like that. Take your Mr. Softy brush and go back and forth. Very light. Very light. The angle's extremely important. You see that I'm following the curve of this petal. Okay, like so. All right, all right. I could do for it to be a tad brighter, so it gets a little bit more white. Pull toward me. Now I'm getting quite a bit of paint built up on this brush, and it's okay. I just want to brighten things up a little bit. Just a little bit. And once again, left and right. You want the striations, you want those strokes to, yeah, just like that. There's a reason why I'm doing it this way. All right, there is a reason. I got plenty of paint on here, a lot of it, but I'll just be more careful. I don't want to take the time to really brush it, clean it off. I'll just press a little harder, like that. Once again, there's a reason why I'm doing this, and follow the directional angles of this. Okay, I don't want to cover the whole thing, just a little bit. Okay, just like that. We add a little bit more here. Hey Shane, how are you? I'm talking about shading, depth in petals. Okay, all right. And I'm not using any glycerin. This is just water and paint. That's all. They wanted, I gave them a choice of what color make the flower. One said purple, one said blue, so we'll just use both. It's all right. Okay, let's clean off this brush. It is clouded full of paint. Hold on one second. Oh, she sent a picture of my mother. Very nice. All right. Hold on one second. I should turn this down so it doesn't scare the heck out of me. Like it just did. There, I'll put it on silent mode. Because it did scare me half to death. Alright. So, we got this going on. I'm going to take Mr. Softy brush. And we'll blend this in a little bit better. Okay. And it's just softening the edges a little bit. And it's alright. You don't have to make them super perfect, and you'll see why in a minute. But I do want this light bend in this direction. I'm just softening some of this. Okay. All right. Okay. All for that. Now, as of right now, we got the petals, we got the general shape, the little curve there, very gentle like. I didn't forget about these. We're going to start with the guys down below because these are going to be covered over with the bigger ones. Okay, so let us move on to the 1/2-inch brush. The more you do these flowers, the more comfortable you are with doing the flowers, the more detailed you can be with these flowers. All right. Okay. Let's move on with let's go with the purple for a minute. Let's pull this purple out here. Dioxazine purple is very powerful, very strong, deep purple color here. Just a little touch of water. I don't want too much. All right. Oh, here, watch what I'm gonna do. I done started a conversation. Hold on for 1 second. Oh, that's not what I want, and that's not what I want either. All right, good enough. That'll work. Okay, with the purple. Okay, what I am going to do is right where the flower is starting in here is a little darker. Okay, and since you guys want it purple anyway, we'll just come here. Okay, and what I'm going to do in the corners, I'll zoom in on this. I'll bring this closer for a minute so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here, so you can understand it. Okay, I just got to touch the screen here to focus. Okay, in doing striations like this, down here toward the the center of the flower will be here. Obviously, it's going to be the darkest. Dark doesn't necessarily mean black. All right. Obviously, purple is a deeper color than the light cobalt blue I got. All right. So this will be pretty much dark. Do the same thing here. We'll color that in the circle. All right. And pretty much dark here. And guess what? It's also dark here. We'll just kind of pop it in there. Now the striations is small here on this corner, right? Okay. You press and you just lift up. But it's darker or longer in the middle. Okay. And you just go in between. So smaller here, goes up, a little darker, then it goes smaller again in that kind of direction. And you be very gentle with it, okay? Go, bring that back, bring that darkness back. Like so. Now we're going to continue that for the flowers down below. Excuse me. Right here, do the same thing. A little smaller here if you want to do it this way. A little smaller, but remember, it's in the middle, it's a little longer. And so we're going to play it this way. And you see, I'm going to pretty close to where those white strokes are. Okay. Keep it pretty dark in there. Like that. Hold on for a second, guys. Hold on for 1 minute. How am I going to do this? Let's do it this way. Contacts. Hold on for 1 minute. I hope this is his number. I don't want to call him. I just want to copy his number. Yes, copy. Copy. And paste. Okay. Okay, we'll continue on. All right, the purple shadow. Come here. Give some more purple here. Hold on for a second. Bear with me. Sorry about that. A lot of my contacts sometimes, especially during the holidays and stuff, they know I stay up late, so they'll contact me late. So forgive me. Low here, a little bit higher here. You keep fading it until you get the striations you want, the length you want, and you curve. I'm curving around, curve around, just like so. Okay, make it pretty dark in here still. All right, but you got to see the direction it's going. So it's small, large, small in the middle, large, small on the sides, large in the middle. Okay, now when we get to these two, and we will, it'll look like a little explosion, but it also looks like the flower is going to bow out. You got me? You follow? Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Bring this. All right. Okay. Where am I at here? Okay. Let's go. Let's keep with the purple here. Purple and blue. Now, I'm taking the 1/2 inch. I'm going to get a little touch of water here. Okay. Purple and blue. No problem. We're going to come here to the outside flowers here. And I'm going to take this purple, press, pull like this. Press, pull, release. 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 Press, pull. I have a curve in there like that for this one. Okay. We're going to start another sub petal in the main petal. So we're going to come a little bit up higher than my blue here, just like so. Okay. Let me pull this camera upward so you guys can see that. Right about here. Okay. Now we're getting to interesting little striations, petal folds, the depth of the petals, and all of that fun stuff. We're going to come here, we're going to add a little curve. Come on down like that. Okay. Make them, here, I can just go the opposite direction and then go this way. Like that. All right. Make them really interesting. And then we got this fella here. Just like that. All right. Now that's one down. All right. We're going to continue the party. I'm going a little slower than what I would normally use. I want you guys to get this. Okay. Okay. This one, this guy here, maybe he's not as wild looking as this. All right. Maybe he's a little more reserved. So we'll come here and. All right. And then we're coming toward the top. We'll bring it down a little bit like here. Okay. And another thing. Okay, let's just move it over here. Another thing. This is a 1/2 inch brush. Now what I'm doing is, as I'm putting the brush down and pressing and pulling and going, I'm going, okay, you see the width here? What I'm doing is I'm overlapping with the next stroke. All right. So if you're wondering how do you get a circular looking leaf pattern with a square tip brush, you just overlap basically. Okay, that's it. You see what it's starting to look like now. Okay. All right. Let's go up above. Right here, this guy up here has a more pronounced curve, and we're gonna play into that. I'm gonna get a little touch of water, just come back into the paint, pull some of this purple out. I'm gonna probably use this purple. If I got paint left over, well, I think I'm gonna mix it with other colors because I really don't want to waste the paint. All right, more of a pronounced curve here, so we're gonna press and add a little curve in this guy. A little straight here. Just bring that down in there like that. And yeah, we're gonna curve around now. We're gonna curve, continue to curve, continue that curve. See how I'm doing the curve? I'll bring this one down a little further like that, and then we'll kind of come that way. Okay, remember these guys are a little below. Okay, these are above this guy. Now I'm going to show you something, especially with this one and this one. I can take this color and we're going to kind of expand that color a little bit. There's a reason, there's a method for my madness while I'm doing that. I'm going to do the same thing here. This petal is above this one, so you got a shadow here. You understand? All right, so you're going to kind of extend that out a little bit. Just pull this back out because you guys just only seen one and you didn't see the other one, so I'll extend it and we'll center it again right about here. Okay. So what I did is I bring the shadow further here. I bring the shadow further here. It makes sense, right? Okay. Don't have to do it really here and here because it's already dark there. Doesn't matter. But here it does. Okay. All right. Hello, Adam. How are you doing, man? It's good to see you. Your kids are getting large. When you get a flat tire, you just have one on each side. You don't need the car jack anymore. All right. So this is what I hope you guys are understanding pretty much what's going on and what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Let's move on with the two here. Same process. All right, but I'm going to more or less brighten up these two so it appears that these guys are coming out a little more All right, I'm gonna use the 3/4 inch brush. Very simple to do this. All I'm going to do is take a little bit of titanium white. Let's put it here. And we'll brighten that cobalt blue just a little bit. Let's get some cobalt blue and put it in here. We're going to brighten it just a little bit. And you can see the difference. Look at the difference here. Okay. I'll get a little bit of water. We'll loosen up this paint just a wee bit. This is just the foundation color. It's just a blocking in color. I might want to darken it a little bit. Just a little bit. You just use a little bit at a time. You get the shade you're looking for. Okay. And just make enough of it that it can cover. All right. So we're going to come here and we'll block it. We'll just kind of block her in like that. Okay. I'm just blocking in color. Come out here and just block it in. Have it come above that leaf a little bit. Okay. And we'll block it all in. Block it right in, just like that. Yeah, block it in, like that. And you can already see in this simple little block in, obviously this is set back. This is now in front. That's what light, we hear people talk about light and dark colors, how darkness recedes and the light proceeds. All right, going further. Very simple concept. Let's see if I got enough to do this one. I may or may not. Well, this one is above, so we'll kind of play around with it in there. Once again, I'm just blocking in this thing. It doesn't have to be super pretty. I'm just blocking in color right now. Once again, I'm comfortable with doing these. I've been doing them for a while. I don't really tend to paint hibiscus much. Why? I don't know. I guess I just prefer roses, even though irises are my favorite flower. I end up doing a lot of the roses and such. Okay, so as you can see, even though this one doesn't have anything covering it, it doesn't matter. It's lighter, and therefore it comes out. All right. Okay. All right. Adam's a very long time friend of mine back in our small press comic days and such, which goes back quite a few years. Hey Adam, you do know that George Perez passed away yesterday, huh? Okay, we're gonna get our little white or light blue markings going here. A little different now because we're using a lighter color. All right. Get a little bit of water here. And we're not using craft paint. We're using titanium white. Titanium white is very opaque, so I'm going to have to watch my P's and Q's with it. Okay. Okay. So right about, we'll do it right about here. We'll kind of come up. And we're going to bring that back down, keep with the angle, something like that. I still got Mr. Softy brush here, and we'll just lightly, just like that. Now, I'd rather start off this light instead of going too heavy and running into a bunch of problems. All right. So I'd rather go a little too light and then go over it again than to have a reoccurring headache. Okay. Oh, we'll put it low here. And we'll kind of come out like this. And then we're going to angle it down. Everything's in curves and angles. You follow me? And when you lightly brush this stuff, you got to do it in its curvature. Okay. Something like that. Don't worry about things lingering down here. You can always kind of brush it up and straighten that out. Don't worry about that. All right. Obviously, this has got to be a little stronger. No problem. Just add more titanium white. Remember, titanium white is very opaque. Be careful. And we'll do it again. Come up here. Follow the directional angle of that pedal. Okay. And we're going to come back down like so. We'll take Mr. Softy and very gently, you can kind of see what's going on with it, what it's doing. Okay. And you can do this as much as you can, as many times as you feel you need to. Okay. Up to you. It really, I'll just do it with the brush. My brush is a little dry, so I can kind of dry brush these patterns on a little thick. Then again, I know the direction, so okay. I can do the same thing with this fella. Just dry brush some patterns on there like this. This is a little heavier in spots. We can get the striations like this as we put the light purple on. Okay. I think Maria's still hanging in there strong. We're just, coming up on an hour, I believe. Let's take some purple. I should take the 1/2 inch brush to do this if I was smart, but I've never been known to be that smart. We're gonna lighten up that purple just a little bit, just like that. Get a little bit of water, loosen it up a tad. All right. We're going to use this lighter purple on top. Okay. All right. Right up on top here. We're going to take it, press, pull, release. Press, pull, release. Just like so. It's the same pattern, same direction. Okay. It's just a lighter purple. Some come in a little further than others. It's all right. And we're gonna bring some of that light right down in there like that. Let's have some of that travel now, like this. Okay. I'm gonna get some more. Let's get some more purple here. Get a little touch of white there. A little bit of water. All right. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. Press, pull, release. Overlap, press, pull, release. Continue with that curve. Got a little curve here. And we're going to bring some of that down in there like that. Yeah, let's bring it down there. A little character to it there. All right. All righty then. Up in this area, we'll darken it just a little bit. Still lighter, but we're going to go with a darker hue. Okay. I don't think I'll put water. I just use more paint. This go right here, right to the bottom. Press, and you're going to release. Go in the direction of the curve, like so. I'll kind of bring a little point up in there like that. Maybe a little something there, like that. Okay. Now, for those of you who might be getting lost, you're still going in the same direction, like that. You follow me? And you just, boom, higher up there, come on the side, like that. You see how that goes? All right, you see that? You see what I just did? And you're just following. That's all you're doing. You're just following that. All right. Okay. Actually, Maria's doing extremely well. If she can endure my sometimes heavy-handed critique and methods, yeah, she'll do well. Bruce started this same way. Okay, what did we use? We just used blue. No, what did we use for that? I think I just used. I used What color did I use for you? I can't remember if it was blue and purple. I think it was blue and purple for that. Let's see. Or was it red? I think I may have put red. No, it might have been. Was it blue and purple? Or did I use red? I think I used a little bit of red in there. Too deep in that. I think I must have used red. I can't remember. We'll see. I'll just use this red, pop this red in here, get it pretty dark. Even it out a little bit with that blue. I think I used this color, I don't remember. If not, I'll just use a touch of black and we'll need to deepen it anyway, so I'm not really concerned. I'll just use a little bit of black, not too much. It's just gonna deepen what I have here, because I don't really remember. All right, we'll come in here and we're gonna, remember there's a circle in here. So we'll just come here and very lightly, remember small on the corners, a little more in the middle. Okay. Like so. Now, because I want to show off that purple up there, I'm not going to bring it out as far. Okay. And it's pretty dark in here anyway. Now I'm going to show you something. This guy's above. Therefore, we're going to bring out that petal by using that dark. See this? So that one is above. Okay. We're going to bring some dark red in here, right around that edge. Just like that. Remember, dark recedes, brings it back. You got me? And dark doesn't necessarily mean black. All right, you understand? Okay. Remember, this one's below. So we're going to deepen the edges, which brings this guy on top, as you can very well see. Okay. Here, let's add a little bit of a shadow in here. Very light. I'm doing it very lightly. Doesn't have to be solid, but just enough you can tell it's being overshadowed a little bit there. All right. Just a little. Just a little. All right. I think we're all right here. Okay. So you guys can kind of see what's happening. You see what's going on here. Now I'm gonna take this same color, I'm gonna add water to it. Now I'm gonna make a wash. See this? Okay. I think I'm gonna stick with this kind of purple. I'll stick with this and see what happens. Now we're making a wash. So we're gonna come below, right in the leaf area here. Okay. Now this is more water than anything, so we're making a quick little wash. Okay. Now, if I were you, I would take Mr. Softy brush while you can, while the paint's still wet, and you can kind of mess around and blend now. See this? Okay, now you're messing with different. It would be better if I put the business in on the palette first. Now you're kind of playing with tones and shades now. Okay. Darken that, leave that alone in there. But as you can see, mixing with the water, you're not really getting rid of those veins in there, but you're putting everything in shadow now. And when you put everything in shadow like that, now you're creating depth. Okay. It's not totally super black dark. Okay. And you kind of smooth it on out there. The key to it is get rid of those hard edges. Whatever you got going on in the middle is cool, but you want to soften those hard edges. But you see how whatever's sticking out is that much more brighter? Okay, or that much brighter. All right, I'm starting to talk like that guy from the Green Mile. Balls. All right, add a little bit of water and a little touch of black, a little dot of black there. Okay. You do the same thing up in here. A little bit of darkness there. A little bit of fun in here, like that. Okay. Take Mr. Softy brush and go in the direction of the strokes there. Okay. Even back here, go in the direction of strokes there. Okay. Like that. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. All right. That's right, only the overlap area. Overlap area. Overlap area. Overlap area. Overlap area. All the overlapped areas. Overlap area, only a little bit here, but you got that little shadow there. Heavily overlapped here. All right. But yes, you do have the correct assumption there. Definitely the overlap area. Okie dokie. We'll bring this out even a little bit more. This is your bravery test. You take your white and we'll put it right here. Okay. Remember, we're not using soft white. We're using titanium white. And titanium white will cover depth. Lighten it up. Pull it. I'm not using any glycerin. It's just paint in water. Okay. This is your bravery test. If you feel you can do this, go for what you know. I could just very well mess this whole thing up doing this. Okay, since these guys are, they're out front more or less. Okay, let's just take this bright color here, press, and like so. Now the striations are kind of important. Very, very quick. Okay. You can angle it. Now the direction is very, very important. Okay. I'll give it a little push here. Get some crazy looking curves and leaves in here. Push it a little bit. I'll add a little point here on some of them. Let's have one kind of turn that way a little bit. Okay, like that. Some, just make it look a little, a little wild there. All right. I'll do a few here. And sometimes all it takes really is just a touch of the brighter color. You don't really need to go hog wild with it or whatever. And it's very important to follow the flow of the petals. It's very important. Okay. Press and a flick of the wrist there. All right. I don't have to really go nuts with it. Okay. Let's give a little bit of like that. Not all over, but kind of trail it a little bit. I guide your eye. Okay. Remember these fellows are above the other petals, so you add that little brightness there. Okay. It definitely just pops it right out. Okay. All right. Let's take some purple. Yeah, let's just take some purple here. I had to think for one second. I'm going into this lighter color, but not too light. Just like that. All right. And we don't want to leave this totally by itself. We're just going to lighten it up a little bit. Like that. It's catching some residual stuff. But as you can see, I'm not really going too heavy-handed with it. All right. It's all lighter. lighter than the darker area I'm going over, but it's not obviously lighter than that. Okay. So this is how you get to experiment with different hues, okay, of the same color. We'll continue it over here. Well, actually, here's a little uplifted whatever, so we'll kind of play around with this. We'll bring that out a little bit, like that. And then we'll kind of tease in some other. You don't have to totally do the whole petal. It's not really necessary. Maybe you can want to do the part where it raises, and where it raises is where you get the lighter tones there. And remember, once again, I'm not using glycerin. It's just water, paint, and a steady hand. All right. And with acrylic paint, keep in mind that acrylic paint dries a little darker. Follow me? Okay. All right. So it might appear to be a little overpowering at first, but give it a chance to dry. Kind of want some wild things going there, and let's give this a little more of a glow red in here, like that. Nothing but water and some little bit of water and mixed in with the paint. All right. Let's bring this one down in here a little bit, and then we'll fade it. You can take as much time as you would like with these fellows. It's truly up to you. Okay. Okay. Let's get a little bit of white, a little touch of that blue, something like that. I don't necessarily have to use this brush necessarily. Okay. Be careful doing this. Like I say, I can really destroy this thing. Let me think about this if I want to do that. I don't know if I really want to do that. I might want to leave good enough alone, really. We'll just use the corner of the brush. We'll just use the corner. And I'm adding little striations just for some nice, really super glowy little things in there. Now be careful. This is where you really got to pay attention to the direction of where your petals are going. All right. This is what helps you sell the illusion of shine, and maybe the flower has a particular design or whatnot. All right. I'm just using the corner of the brush doing these. And I'm being very, very sparse with it because I really don't want to mess this up. It looks pretty neat. And the brighter your highlight, really not, you don't have to really use too much of it. Okay. Now, since what I'm adding is really direct stuff, really direct light, even on the dark stuff here, I can actually get away with it. Because one, I don't have to add as many, and it's only on the plants that are the petals that are like shaded a little bit, it's still got a curve. So on the highest parts of the curve, I'll I'll play with it a little bit. Okay. As long as you have a direction, because this also helps guide the eye in the illusion of that direction. So on the highest part of the it's drying up on me. On the highest parts of the plant, whether it's shaded or up above, usually when it's shaded, the ones that are up above can get a little bit of the love in here. Okay, like that. A little bit here on its edge or in the middle. And remember the direction. So you're selling the illusion of this guy being in a circular. Let's go up here. Okay, like this. Where's highest at, or where you perceive it to be the highest, and it also adds movement to your flower. Okay. Oh, something like that. And you see it gives movement. Okay, you follow me? All right. Okay, we're almost done here. We're almost done. The background, what I'm going to do with it, it will bring this thing out even more. Let's work on the center real quick. The center is extremely simple to do. I'm going to use, actually, I'm going to use red. Let's take practically any brush, really. I'll take a small, here, I'll show you this little guy right here. I'm going to go into my red. I'll just kind of spread it out there. A little sap red. It's cad red. All right. Be careful. Go into a circle. Let me show you something. Somebody asked me about a white pencil. Okay. Let's lightly. Hold on, guys. Okay. Just lightly popping where that circle would be. Somewhere around in here. So you guys should see this. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna put that red right up in here somewhere like this. And that's just light touches. You don't want it to look like the pattern of the brush itself, so you can, where you can be heavy-handed in some areas, relatively thin in others. Okay, up to you. Pop it out there a little bit. Now, where your light source is, you add some of these guys. It's heaviest where you got the light source from, obviously, and it kind of trickles. Okay. It thins out as you kind of go around. It's not as prominent. All right. So it tells you right where your dark, where your light source is. All right. Okay. Let's take, now I'm just doing this because of just to speed up things a little bit here, because once again we're nearing the end of this. We got the typical stamen. what direction do I want the stamen? Really depends on which way you want to go. I can continue because of the way the flower is shaped. They're larger here, a little smaller here. I can have the stamen come, kind of have it kind of come out this way. Okay, and we'll have it bend out toward in this direction. All right, just like out in here somewhere. Just all solid black. Okay, it's all right. I'm gonna soften it up in here, around the edges, inside edges. Okay. All right. Something like that. I will take the same Mr. Softy brush. Let's go a little different for that stamen. Let's have it really be the attention getter. We're gonna have it focus there. So I'll use yellow. You have a good night, Maria. Appreciate you stopping by. And as usual, most of you who cannot hang, because I know it's pretty late for some, I understand that. And you guys can catch the rest of this tomorrow. Okay. So we're going to take this Mr. Softy brush very delicately. Now remember where your light source is. So obviously the heavier stuff will be right up around in here. And I will do, because you don't want to really destroy all that black, we'll put the heavy stuff right here up on the top, and we'll kind of, like that. And a few little light trickles on the other side. Just little light things like that. We'll have some stuff dangling and hanging around way out here somewhere. Okay. Just like that. We'll kind of fill it out here a little bit. Have a couple of them popping around here. But it's mostly concentrated there. All right. And then leave it alone. All right. Okay. Yeah, you have to watch it a million times with a pause. Hopefully I don't have to use the Softy brush because I just knocked the tip right off. I'm brutal with them. It fell on the floor. That's okay. It will be included in the Blue Tape Club. Okay. But it happens. Okay. All right. So as I'm looking at this, I'm checking it out. Now this will be more dynamic. I'm going to pull this out a little more because I have what I need for this flower right now, except you need to have this a little dark to show off this flower, to make it pop out. The background is cool, but it's a little on the light side. All right, so if you look here, we have a nice plethora of purple and black and a little bit of red. We'll just use these to darken up some things. Okay. And we're going to do what's called the lost and found edges. We'll use a little bit of black. We're going to use a little bit of purple. We'll use a little touch of red. We're just kind of pop it all in there like that. A little more purple. That's like so. I ran out of blue. Actually, the blue that I want is not the blue that you're looking at. I need cobalt blue. And I do have some. Oh no, not cobalt, Prussian blue. Prussian. Very dark blue. Now, what I'm mixing right now is something almost close to black. Okay. There. That'll work. See this? I'm debating with that. I'll use a little touch of water. Not much. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to create lost and found edges. We're going to do some interesting things with the petals. All right, now watch. See these petals here? They got the little bits and pieces there. And what I'm going to do with this brush, lost and found. We're going to create some extra stuff. Just go in like that, come back out, go in another direction like this, and we're going to just kind of see this. You can take your, and you can create, look at this, look, create. You bring some of that out here like this. It's all right. Come on in here a little bit. And we're just framing this, and we'll kind of frame this flower a little better. It's like that. Okay. Just like that. Come out here. And you can create, see how you can create jagged little edges? You didn't even mean to do it, but you can, because this is just surrounded by dark stuff like this. Okay. You can come out here. You don't have to do the whole thing. Come up in here like that. All right. I'll borrow some of this and we'll come down here. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Okay. We come out here and we're gonna frame some, get some nice thick, rough looking leaves going in there like that. So if your leaves are a little bit on the smooth side, you can always kind of, as you can see what I'm doing here, we'll bring some of that color down here. We'll play around in here a little bit. Grab some more of that color and come on down here, play around a little, like so. All right, let's get a little bit of water. We'll loosen this paint up us a little bit there. Let's play around a little bit in here. Like that. Let's come up here for a second. And we'll kind of, because I don't have to do all of it, and I won't. We can add a little bit of something in here. We'll have it just kind of come out this way like that and just come down. And we'll block this in. What happened?
Donna called me.
All right. Yeah, I'm live.
All right. Let's talk on the phone with her.
Okay. Where are we at? We'll come out here like this. As I'm here. This will be cool, right in here. See, this will show off the shine right in here. I don't want to do all of the leaf, but it'll show off. I'm not gonna do it all. It fade out right here. Let's get a little bit of water. Now this mixture is purple, red, a little bit of black, and that cobalt blue. All right, so I'll get a little bit more of this stuff, a little touch of black. Get some more red in there. All right. Okay, where am I at here? I don't want to cover it things too much. I think this might work. Let's bring this right in there. Yeah, the background was a little too dark. I don't have to get rid of all of the background, but I need where the leaves are really kind of glowing there. It wasn't as dynamic. It needed something dark around it. It kind of pops it out there, but you don't need to cover this whole thing like that. Don't do that. Won't be necessary. Okay. I think we're really good. I mean, I was debating whether I should really go this far with it here, but I believe it will look better. Because you have to when you do stuff like this, you have to even out the light and you have to even out the dark. Okay. You really do. That's the only way this will show how dynamic the flower really looks. Okay. And once again, I'm doing the lost and found thing. When I'm at the edge of these petals, I can create what I want. If it doesn't look crazy enough, I can make it look that way. Or if it's too crazy, I can calm it down. But anything, see this bright green here with the initial green background is just not dynamic enough. You need something darker to surround that, so it actually makes a little more sense. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And once again, I can add little rough things to this. See, come out here, block that in a little bit. Come here, add some rough edges there to it a little. Okay. And this is on the glowing side, so it has a little bit of meaning there. So it makes a little sense. Okay, that's enough of that. Now watch what I'm going to do. Let's pull back a little bit. I'll focus it here. I'll put it right around. Yeah, this is fine. I'll focus. Okay. I'm going to take this very same color. We're going to put some little leaf things in here. Why not? I'll water it down a little bit so I can get my nice little leaves. Okay, this is a 1/2 inch brush. We're going to do some quick little leaves on here. Okay, so it just don't look like, you know, somebody threw up all over the back of this thing. We're going to just take our brush. We're going to take our brush and we're just going to press and get these little leaf things going here. And we're going to pop some right in here. Okay, we're going to come out here, little wiggle leaves, pop some in there. Right on the edges. See this? Now you'll turn this whole throw up blotch into a whole different thing now by adding these little wiggle leaves here. And you do these rather quickly. Okay. Have them run into each other, doesn't matter. Go in different directions, it doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're just giving the impression of these little fellows all over the place. So it looks like a cluster of leaves all in this dark, because your eyes are looking at what you're putting down here. Just like that. Okay. And I'm just going to keep repeating this process. I get a little bit of water. And we'll just come here, wiggle. And that little tip there also helps guide your eye. You follow me? I'm going in different directions. And since it is, you know, they're rather dark, they don't have to be super detailed. They don't have to be in any particular color. Don't need it. It's just helping you frame the painting itself. All right. Put them on top of each other, going in different directions. All that, you know. A little bit of water. I'm getting a little bit of blue, a little bit more red, a little purple. Put the purple in there. Now I'm just concentrating really on just dark stuff. Okay, I can add a little more red and add, you know, sneak in a little bits of color if you must. Come down here, come out here. Okay. Have them going in the other direction too. Have them run into each other. Have some come right off the page. All right. Like so. I can have make pretend ones coming out here somewhere. Come out this way. Okay. Let's take a little touch of white in there. Just like this. All right. And you can pop some lighter ones in there like this. See this? Another thing, the key to it is have a little fun. Enjoy yourself with this. come out here. See that? Put some lighter ones in there. Cluster them. Pop them together. Like so. Put them in there. It's not going to take away from what you got there. Pop them in there. Here and there. A little touch of white going in. And we'll get a little bit, we'll grade up a little bit. A little touch of black. Pop some of them in there. Right on top of the other ones, it doesn't matter. It's all right. Come here, go on the side. Pop some in here. Bring them out there. Go in the other direction. Okay. All up in here. It's up to you how much of this you want to do. It's really up to you. I don't have to have them super bright. Won't be necessary to do all of that. You can put some brighter ones in there. Once again, it's up to you how bright you want it, how much of it you want in there. Okay. And put some right on top of each other. Okay, these guys grow kind of wild, kind of in their own little world. Okay. Up to you. I really don't have to add too much more to this. Even out here, in that green, put some out here. You're not taking it away. Okay. Now, I gotta remind myself I am using nothing but water and paint. So I don't have glycerin to kind of blend these, so I have to go a little heavier. My dog is such a sorry creature. Wherever food is, that's where he goes. He has no true allegiance to anybody, only to his stomach. That's where the true allegiance belongs. And then you look at it overall. Check it out. Look at it. Make sure everything's cool. Make sure you know if it's cool for you. Okay. Script liner. I got some yellow here that I barely used, and I got some blue that I barely used. So, and I got some white. So I'm gonna pop that in there. We're gonna get some water. Get a nice inky consistency here. All right, we'll get some more white. We'll brighten it up a little bit. All right, get some more water. Load it on that very thin brush pretty good. You don't have to add this. Not really necessary, but it's really up to you. And you can kind of enjoy the ride. Pop the little veiny things in there. Maybe we have one go across this plant like this. Boom. Get some more paint. We'll have it come up above, around, come out this way, make a nice little loop, come back around like that. Get some more. We'll just have it kind of loop around like that and go right off the page there. All right. We'll have one kind of come right behind that set, and it goes in front of other ones and kind of meanders off. Let's get some white there. Add a little glow there. And we'll kind of do it like that. All right. We'll have it kind of break off and go this way. All right. We'll come back around in here. Come down that way. A little more white and mix it in here like that. Okay. We'll come up around here, loop it up across one plant, go around this one, just come on down like that. Up to you. Up to you. Okay. All right, I think we're good. We'll leave it alone. It's getting late. You can do this forever, but you don't really want to overwork your painting either. I'll take no, I'll use red. I very rarely use red, but I'll use red today. I don't usually sign my name in red, but we'll do it today. I'll leave that to the real artist, signing her name in red. We'll put my initial right here. Little water. Let's try that. Once again, this is no glycerin or anything. It's just water and paint. All right. All right. What is it? It's 6 now. It's May. No, it's 5, right? February, March, April, May, 5. My bad. I don't know how to add. My bad. It is the 5th month. It's May. All right, let's put the 5 right here. Yeah, we'll be fine. Just like that. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it. I wasn't really planning on doing it, but you know, it is what it is. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let me think here. Let's make this disappear. You guys don't. This doesn't need to be seen. We'll make that disappear like that. Yeah, that'd be it's centered enough. It's all right. It's a little weird. Okay. We'll focus it one more time. We'll take the tape off and let's see what it looks like. I do appreciate you guys sticking with me. I usually don't announce that I'm doing these anymore. Not a very good habit, but you know, I got other stuff I need to be doing. That's probably why I'm painting the way I'm painting, because I know once I start my other project, I won't be doing too much of this painting thing. So I tape my borders. It just makes it look a little professional to me. I don't do it necessarily all the time, but you know. But all right, I think it's in focus. I think you guys can see it. I think this is probably one of the more detailed looking hibiscus that I've done in a minute. Okay. It's got the little, once again, little shine. It's purple and blue, since you guys said purple and blue together. Only 2 people gave colors, so all right. You see exactly the 2 that are pretty much above. Okay, the ones that are more or less below. One's even more below than the other ones. Okay, I could take a glaze if I wanted to, and actually glaze this and brings it even further back, but that's a little much. But we wanted to stand out a little bit. Now it's a little more evened out now. Okay. I also did the odd numbers. Okay. And remember, you know, hibiscus got 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got your 3 other leaves here. Okay. We got different tones of dark paint in here. We got some that are dark, near almost black. Okay, then you got the lighter grayish purples in there. There's just different tones of dark stuff going on back there. All right, showed you how to do the lost and found for the edges of the leaves and make them look a lot more interesting. All right, I even added stuff like that in here. Okay, some of these guys even here where it's dark. All right, showed you how to do the shadows. Now see how everything makes sense now. Okay, and the good thing about this painting, okay, it's dry. Acrylic paint, can't beat it. If this was oil paint and and someone bought it, they'd have to wait about, I don't know, 10 days or so before they get it. Actually, they had to wait 10 days for it to dry enough for me to even wrap it and send it. Okay, but all right, I guess it's apropos for Mother's Day, right? Another flower. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you. Hopefully I didn't. Yeah, 2 hours on the button. All right, so thank you for spending time with me. Hey, Jessica, I see you there. I see you. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. And what else I was gonna say? Yeah. All right. Well, I would like to see your versions of it. Okay, you guys seen it from beginning to end. This one did take a little more time because I wanted to show shade and how you overlap. Okay, and so hopefully it made sense. Hopefully my explanation made sense in doing these. Okay, you definitely know which ones are above the others. Okay, the curvature of each petal, how important it is to follow the curve, and the layering of these colors. Okay, you know, how do artists get those layers of colors? And well, if in layers, you do one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of you. I mean, I could continue this. All right, you're just doing it on top and on top and on top, and it also depends on the colors. All right, if I used a pitch black background and just used like yellow ochre, and probably even like tan, this would be a totally different looking painting. It would probably look really wild. Look just same type of flower, but if I changed the colors and just used a pitch black background, it would look just amazing. Look like the thing glows in the dark or something. So it's all about presentation of color, how you use the color, what colors are you using together. You follow me? Okay, everything in here is pretty much related to each other. You know, you got your purples, you got your blues also related to the green. You follow me? Okay, then when you mix them, all right, because there's nothing really pitch black here on this. All right, it might be black mixed in it, but it's not the primary color. So it's a very soft black. You just hand make your black. All right, that's why everything is the black, even though it's a deep color, but it's not stark and dead. Okay, because the only thing that's black in this painting is this, in the stamen, but really this. But look at this and look at that. That's actual black, and that's the handmade black. Okay, and that's it. Yes, I did see your rose. I see your rose. Remember, I made your thumbnail. Silly rabbit. Okay. Thank you very much. I am going to warm up my coffee because I know it's nice and cold. I shall see you guys when I see you. You guys take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day, because you got about 28 minutes. All right, I'm out. Bye-bye.